Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Invest for More. We're at the tiny laundromat, and I was greeted right away with a pile of poop. So, thank you whoever let their dog go to the bathroom there and not clean it up. Now, hopefully, the rest of the video goes better. We're going to see what the sales are like, see if the car wash is still working, and see if the back room was cleaned up and the other room cleaned up like they're supposed to have been cleaned up months ago, but now supposedly they're all ready to go. We also have some machines that are fixed, although we still have more that need fixed as well. So things are improving here. We had a record sales week last week, so we'll see if it's possible we break that or at least keep close to that. And here is that back room I was talking about. We had a flood here over the winter, and it's so much better. I'd asked my guy to clean this up for so many days, and it's finally better. In fact, we had ordered some more air fresheners. We have an automatic air freshener thing, and I brought them with me. And then turns out we already had some. It's just so horrible back here, we didn't even know where they were and couldn't find them last time we were here. And someone stole one of my air freshener things from the bathroom. So I don't know who steals an air freshener holder off the wall, but they did. The car wash is doing okay. It still works, but it's leaking again. So we're thinking maybe the manifold is warped or something, but these rings keep blowing out and you can see it's dripping right there. So it works, but it's leaking. I don't know why that water is so black in that bucket. I've never seen it that black. That's kind of weird. But we have light in here. It's so much better. Now I want to check this other room behind the dryers too. Oh my god, I can walk back here now. That's so nice. There's no vents. And I had asked my guy to put the vent back 1,000 times. Maybe not 1,000, but close. It's up there. Finally, it's up there. But I wasn't real happy because I mentioned it to him again, and he's like, oh yeah, I did that. It must have popped off again. I'm like, no, you didn't. Now, he's supposed to clean up back here too and get all the lint out and work on these dryers. So from the looks of it, I don't know if he did all of that or not, but at least we've got the vent up there in the right way now too. And I was thinking too, we might need more fresh air back here for these dryers. I have a ton of fresh air in my Greeley laundromat, but not much in this one. So here is the change machine, which kind of gives us an indication of what will be in the machines. And there's not as many quarters gone as last week, but there's quite a bit gone. There's quite a bit of money in there, so that's a good sign. I counted it, and it actually wasn't as much as I thought it was. It ended up being $228, but that's still okay. Sometimes there's more quarters in the machines than cash. Sometimes there's more cash. You never know. Okay, we're gonna check the car wash, and another good sign, there's still water running out of there, so it still works. And we've been advertising the shop. We've got a couple people interested in it, so hopefully that will get rented soon. Our landscaper should be here because we don't need weeds everywhere. There's always something, that's for sure. So let's see what we've got. Looks about the same as last week, which was, I think, $60 some. We'll count that up later. So, not awful. We empty this trash all the time, and I saw all the flies. That looks like chicken, just chicken that was here. I don't smell anything with this, which is nice, but yeah, definitely want to throw that out. Looks like someone emptied out their fridge into our trash can. And I'm going to count these quarters right away. This is the vacuum. I didn't count it last week, but we're counting it this week. I want to count the car wash too. And I was doing things in a weird order because it was a weird day at the laundromat. I'm not going to lie. 43, not bad for the vacuum. And here's the car wash money right here. And we'll see if we beat last week's or not. But there was a kid doing laundry in the laundromat, and it was just kind of weird. And I didn't like it, but I can't do much about it. And I'll talk about that more here in just a second. About 50, so not quite as much as last week, but still pretty good. All right, so there's some laundry in there, and there was I don't know if he was 8 or 12. I'm not sure how old he was. Sometimes kids can be small or big, you just don't know. But he was in here by himself doing laundry while his mom was in the car out front just sitting there. And the whole time I was here, he was in here. I kind of tried to say hi, and he didn't want to talk to me. I tried to open the door for him when he's carrying laundry out. He did not seem happy I was doing that. So it was very weird. And then I went outside when I was doing car wash money and asked, waved to Mom. She just kind of looked at me like, this is so strange. So anyway, I was collecting quarters real quick while he was outside, and so he seemed just off with me there. He didn't want me there. That's a good sign. There's quite a few quarters there, and we cheated because I had to do these out of order. So I'd already gotten some washer money, but we'll show that. And that's a good one too. So that was good to see. We have more dryers working, so there's actually less coins in each box, but hopefully more quarters total. So then I was checking the old washers here, and that's all right. And then later on, going back to the kid, his mom left. She drove her car was gone all of a sudden, and the kid was there by himself. I'm like, this is really weird. If I would never leave my kid alone in a laundromat, whether it's the owner or not, with a strange person there. And I think what happened is, I don't know if they know the people in the apartment next door, but I think they were over there, and she drove over to the apartment next door, but still out of sight of the laundry room. And then I saw them leaving later. But it's just, and me as a person, I don't want to be alone in a laundromat with a kid I don't know. That's also kind of weird too. Like, if you have a child and you're forcing them to do laundry, which I'm not going to be judgy about that, who knows, I think you should be there with them at least, if it's not in your own laundry room in your house. But anyway, back to this. These were really full. This was good to see too. So you never know at this place. It could be great. It could be awful. So there were more quarters in here than I thought. That was good to see. And I was able to count them there. So that was nice. And there we go. So, not bad. It could have been way worse. I think there's more quarters here than money that was in the change machine. So we'll do the dryers first and see what we've got here. And this change machine has been working a lot better than my other one. So, I mean, if I was smart, I would take this to the other laundromat that has way more quarters and use it. But we all know I'm not very smart, so I'll probably leave it here. I say that, and then it gets jammed. I need to shut my mouth. Jeez. And what happened here, it wasn't even the change machine's fault. I figured it out, but it took me a second. The bag was full. Where I had the bag collecting quarters, it had jammed up, and it was full of quarters, so it wasn't the change machine's fault. It was my fault. But this is good. This is over $100, so that's good to see. It's probably going to be a good week here. And we have the car wash money on top of it, so the little baby laundromat is doing much better than it used to. Now, I think, was that the old washer or a new one? I'm not sure. But there were quite a few quarters in there, too. I don't think this is a record amount like we had last week, but it's pretty good. So not quite 100, more like 75 from there, which is still really good because we've had weeks where we haven't had $100 from both washers combined. Like I said, it's been rough some weeks. So last week we had over $200 from the washers, which was the most we've ever had by far. And I don't think we're quite going to get there, no, but still pretty good. So that was really cool to see. And here is our sales chart that we've done for a very long time. God, I think next week will mark a year that I've owned this little laundromat. So it's only taken us a year to get to a point where it might be making money. Sometimes it takes some time. It actually feels like I've had it way longer than that. But I haven't. So last fall, we actually were making close to $400 a week, which was pretty good. And then we just had awful, like I said, some awful weeks. Machines breaking, change machine breaking, car wash broken, nothing was going right. Then we had a few good ones, and then it'd get bad again. Well, hopefully those days are behind us, and now we'll just have happy days, but we'll see. There you go. So we had our record last week, just under $400. This week we had $352, which is also one of the highest weeks we've had this entire year. Really cool to see. The washers did great. The dryers did good. The Car wash did fine. Vacuum did okay. Our pop machine did nothing because it doesn't exist anymore. But another interesting thing, this happened in Greeley too, where if you look at the dryers and washers last week, washers had one or over 200, and the dryers had about like 119, I think. Well, if you look at this week, the washers had 175, way less, but the dryers had almost the same. So it's weird how, I guess some people might dry their clothes outside because the weather's nice, but the dryers were used more this week and the weather was pretty nice. So just strange how sometimes the dryers get used and sometimes they don't. But still good to see. Good to see positive numbers, and happy to see quarters in the machines and the car wash working. Even if it leaks a little bit, it's still working. And then hopefully we'll get that shop rented. I think we're asking $800 a month. The apartment's rented for $1,000 a month. I bought this little place for $300,000. So this all coupled together should make us some money. And I talked about this in my other video for the Greeley Laundromat too. I also make money from social media on these too. Not $1 million or anything, but if I've got an interesting video, one that happens to go viral a little bit, it can make me a few $100s for one short video. Not one of these long ones, but just some of the shorts we do, and get me 500 followers or even more sometimes. So that's an extra added bonus as well. And it's fun. It's still fun for me to go collect quarters, and it's fun for me to try and improve the business and make it make more money too. It's even more fun when it actually works and the revenues and sales go up instead of down. So both places are doing pretty good right now. I have to knock on wood because, things could always change, but it's great to see. Still weird that the kid was there, and I have cameras in there, that's nice, but still, I just don't get leaving your kid in there by himself. And it wasn't just like for 5 or 10 minutes. The whole time I was there, like over an hour, I was cleaning a little bit. I was doing lint traps. I was taking change out of the machine. He was there. So, and the mom never came in once, not once, to check on him or see anything. He just went outside to the car once in a while to carry loads of laundry. So there you go. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll be back next week. Any updates or news we have, of course, we'll let you know. We still want to try and get a bigger machine in here, but that's proving harder than we thought just because of the electrical situation. Even though I had an electrician out there, he told me one thing, and now it seems like maybe that thing wasn't correct. So we're still working on that, but I don't know when or if that will happen. Of course, that would be awesome because then we could bring in some people who don't just do laundry here, but maybe do laundry at home. But if they have a big load or big comforter or something, they might come use this place too, just like they do at the Greeley Laundromat that has lots of big machines. Anyway, I'm still talking. I'll stop. Thanks for watching. We'll be back soon.